It is not a coincidence that this video popped up on your page. Maybe you're somebody that just got broken up with. You just lost your best friend. You just got fired from your job and you're at wit's end. You feel like ending it and you're having suicidal thoughts. Maybe this is your last hope. For whatever you do, do not give up. There is somebody out there that is needing you to succeed so that way they can be successful as well. Your story is going to matter to somebody someday. There was a time in my life where I got broken up with, my parents got divorced, I got fired from my job, and it all hit me at once, and I was wondering, why me? Why am I getting all this dumped on me? Is it just going to continue to get worse? Am I ever going to get out of this hole? It wasn't until I realized that God is using those things in my life to shape and mold me into being a better person. You see, when things get hard, it is not going to continue to get hard. At some point, you're going to bounce back up. After a storm, there is a rainbow. I know that's super cliche, but it's so true. If I were to continue to beat myself up and say, man, this person has it way better than me. Why are they living and thriving better than I am when I'm just getting beat up and knocked down? If I was to continue to think negative, at some point, yeah, I'm going to continue to be negative. And things are going to continue to get worse because I have no faith and I'm not accepting the fact that it can get better. You have to accept the fact that it will get better and just pray to God. Ask Him for guidance, ask Him for help, and you'll be surprised. He might show up in a time where you need Him the most when you're least expecting it. So you who are going through that breakup, maybe you're going through that breakup because you need to learn some things about yourself. Maybe you just give all your time to that person and you don't give enough time to yourself and to your friends and family surrounding you. You're so invested in that one person and all they're doing is just taking from you. Your battery is empty. Theirs is clearly full and you're continuing to drain your battery for that person. Maybe you just need to be single for a little bit and really experience who you need to be as an individual that God put you on this earth to be. Maybe you're going to meet that other person that was meant to be in your life, but you just needed to focus on becoming the right person before you could find that right person. Maybe you got fired from that job because that job was not right for you. You took what you needed to learn from that job to go into the next opportunity that's bigger and better for you. There was a time where I was at a job for 4.5 years and it took care of me well and I was getting paid pretty good money and they just fired me like that. And I was devastated for a little bit. I'm like, man, what do I do? What do I do? And I turned to God and I said, just lead the way, take the wheel. And I had that faith, and that faith is what got me far, because if I didn't have that faith, then I would have all these negative thoughts. Oh man, I'm not gonna find a job that's gonna pay like that. I'm not gonna find a job that's good enough. So I merely prayed. I prayed to God and said, hey, take the wheel. At that time, I was grinding my side hustle, which was TikTok and social media, and I was doing it on the side, and eventually, that first week, I was able to do it full time. I stayed up super late, going live on TikTok, posting videos, and week by week, it slowly started to work out and I started doing that full time. Now, the point is, do not give up and do not let those thoughts in your head. You have to change your mind, whatever it is you're going through, whether it's a breakup, whether you just lost somebody, whether you got fired from your job, whatever it is, whatever hardship you're going through in your life. It is very easy to blame God and say, why did you do this to me? Why not anybody else? And have these negative thoughts. But everything can be used for good. All right. And if you just lost somebody, that is really rough. That is hard. Take the good things that you learned from that person and try to implement them into your life. I've lost family members and it really, really sucks. The only good thing I can take from that is just the memories I had with them. Apply that to my life and be the person that God put me on this earth to be. But to the person who's watching me right now, this is for you. Okay. Do not give up. Do not lose hope. If you don't believe in God or you have questions about God, just ask Him to come into your life and reveal Himself. Because I'm telling you, you will be shocked. He will show up in your life when you are least expecting it. And without God, I honestly would be lonely. I would be scared. I would not be who I am today. And I can't stress how important it is to pray to God and read the Bible. Like, if you think about it, if you are hanging out with negative people, negative friends who are talking about drama, other people, and not ideas, at some point you're going to become super negative and you're going to train your mind to be negative. Even content you scroll on here, if you guys are watching stuff that is negative, that's just full of drama, at some point it's going to soak in and you're going to start living that out. If you have friends that actually want to motivate you and talk about ideas and talk about God, and you start watching sermons, you start watching motivational stuff on TikTok, on YouTube, at some point you're gonna start living that out. You're gonna soak in. You're literally a sponge. Whatever you are consuming daily is what you're gonna be putting out. Whatever you reap, you're gonna sow. And even it comes to music. Like, I listen to secular music when I'm lifting and things like that. I just kind of focus on the beat. But if I really listen to the lyrics, they're not the best. And when I listen to Christian music and I read the Bible, I just feel better. I feel better about myself. And there's a reason for that. What you put in is what you're going to get out. Maybe you going through these struggles is going to help somebody down the road. Maybe somebody you don't even know is looking up to you that you just opened the door for, or just asked them how their day was. Maybe they were literally about to commit suicide. Maybe they just lost their friend. Maybe they just got bullied. You do not know what is going through people's minds when you talk to them. And your success story might honestly just be that one thing that they needed to excel in life. Because I'll be real, there's been times in my life where I was just thinking about myself. I was being selfish, and I wasn't thinking outside the box. If I opened the door for somebody, and they just kind of looked at me, or they glared at me, if someone cut me off in traffic. Like, you never know what that person's going through. They could be stressed, they could be going through a divorce. But sometimes we get greedy, and we don't realize that. Some people act out the way they do for other reasons, and it's not your fault. It's not always your fault for people acting out. And anytime I'm doubtful, I have a bracelet and it says, trust God. I always look at that, and it's just that constant reminder to trust God. Because if you lose trust in God, that's when things start to fall. And I've noticed that in my life too. The more I focus my energy on other things and other people aside from God, my life just doesn't go as smoothly. Even if you have ups and downs, if God is your foundation, you are less able to fall.